The City of Houston, Texas Police Department Robbery Division actually have a YouTube channel where they ask for the public's help in identifying suspects. That's a gigantic red flag. Hey guys, retired Lieutenant Todd Heaton here with Humilitas First. There is a kind of tradecraft to what bad guys do. Part of the definition of tradecraft refers to the sneaky work of spies. In addition to their sneaky work, they're also very comfortable placing you in awkward, uncomfortable positions. In this short video, I'll touch on some of the concepts involved regarding this particular problem. For innocent people that are just going to the store, human nature is you stop to drop passengers off in that first lane closest to the store, or just inside one of the parking lanes that feed off of it. Criminal nature, on the other hand, is more inclined to stop at a 90-degree position relative to the direction of travel where there are victims, where there are people. Okay, first things first, is this a high crime dangerous area? We have to look and see where it happened at. Then we might use some tool like crimegrade.org. Dark green designating the safest areas, with dark red being the most dangerous high crime areas. Orange and yellow somewhere in between. Yes, this is a high crime dangerous area. Humilitas First teaches 4 public safety rules. Avoid high crime dangerous areas, dangerous men, dangerous time periods, and learn to be more efficient in areas of vulnerability. Don't loiter in bad places. In general, nighttime is going to be the worst time period, but it's going to also depend upon your neck of the woods. If there are so many robberies that your police department actually has their own YouTube channel just for that purpose, then guess what? It's worth that small investment in your time and money for a little bit of extra gas to drive to a better location, somewhere out in the suburbs. Here's how I read this incident. His direction of travel should indicate he's looking for a place to park, of which there are ample empty spaces. There's no vehicle in front of him obstructing his movement. So why does he stop right here 90 degrees off these people? Stopping in line with these people that are loading their car to leave is a major tip-off. Look at his front passenger side windows. They're blacked out. When you couple that with stopping in close proximity to and at a 90-degree angle off of pedestrians in the parking lot, that's a problem. I can't see in the vehicle. Is he looking at me? Is he getting ready to get out? Is he drawing his gun? I don't know. I can't see. It's blacked out. Okay, we've identified the problem. Now, how about I offer some solutions? As I've already suggested, first and foremost, know the high crime dangerous areas near you. And if robberies are happening at all times of the night and day, simply make that investment of a little more of your time and money for gasoline to shop in a safer area. Or you can keep gambling and just hope for the best. When it comes to this kind of stuff, hope is not a plan. At least it's not a good plan. Number 2, drop your passenger off at the front door, and then you go park a little further out in the parking lot. You want to be out there where there's nobody around you. You want to leave it open to be able to pull forward and to back up. If somebody comes and parks behind you, then just move. You want 2 ways out. By parking in this isolated location, you have long sight lines. There's nothing obstructing your vision. I'm going to effectively use my mirrors. If somebody parks behind me or too close to me, I'm just going to take a little cruise around the parking lot and see if I can't find a better spot to observe from. If some transient pedestrian decides to walk to the store or from the store off the property and he picks a line that's going to come in close proximity to my car, I'm going to take a little cruise around the parking lot. When your passenger's done shopping, tell them to call you. Pull up, pick them up at the front door. If they have a lot of groceries, direct them just a little ways off that front door. Hit your hazards, turn the car off, jump out, load and go. Efficiency's good in high crime dangerous areas. Look how efficient these thieves are. They're not messing around. Start looking for ways that you can be more efficient. If you're a young lady and you're by yourself, what are you going to do with your purse? Because if you set your purse in the cart in that little area at the top where you could set a small child, or you have it over your arm, it doesn't matter. Bad guys are looking for women with purses, right? They're not currently stealing your groceries. They're stealing your purse, or maybe your watch, or your phone, or your wallet. They're looking for money, looking for cash. So what do you do with your purse? Some women, when they get to their car, they'll take their purse off and put it inside the car. But bad guys are watching for that. So when you're going around to the driver's side, they just run up, open that passenger side door or wherever you put your purse, open it, grab the purse, and take off. That's another common thing that bad guys will do. If you're grocery shopping and you have 7 bags of groceries, just put your purse in one of the grocery bags. Maybe you put a loaf of bread on top of your purse, right? So you know, oh, well, the sack with the loaf of bread in it, that's got my purse. What the bad guy is going to see is that she doesn't have a purse on her. So that makes you a little bit harder of a target, because if you don't have anything, then you don't have anything to lose. So just remove the purse from the equation by hiding it in plain sight. It's not probable that they're going to get out and empty 7 sacks trying to find your purse. They're not even going to think of that. Maybe she's got a credit card. She keeps it in her pocket. Make sure you grab your keys before you do this. If it's a robbery, maybe I comply. Maybe I defend myself. It's going to depend upon several factors which are beyond the scope of analyzing this video. But ultimately, it's a judgment call. If this incident was to happen to me and mine, a major part of a good plan is to do something unexpected. Something the bad guys don't expect you to do. There is no way I'm going to ignore the situation and continue to provide them with my back. That's the worst thing you can do. At a minimum, I'm turning to face the passenger side of this vehicle, and I'm probably beginning to move backwards, beginning to stack some corners of these different vehicles between me and this side of this car. If I'm a woman, maybe I don't even bother shutting my trunk, but instead grab the front of the cart and immediately begin walking backwards, pulling the cart behind me, having placed that cart between me and the passenger side of this vehicle towards the front entrance of the store that I just came from. Look, part of having a great plan is going to include doing things that are odd or weird that nobody is going to expect you to do. If it's me and my wife standing there, maybe I tell my wife to immediately begin moving the carts towards the entrance of the store, whilst I face the threat in that gap between her and the threat, expanding distance as possible. Maybe both of us immediately move to the front of my car while continuing to orient facing our potential threat. This level of awareness does not mean that you immediately draw your gun. That's going to depend upon your own state laws as well as their existing and imminent threat of great bodily harm or death. You know you may have a problem here, but you don't know exactly what it is, which is why expanding distance is one of the keys. Distance buys you time. Immediately do something proactive to improve your positioning for whatever might come next. Place objects like shopping carts and or vehicles between you and your potential threat. Expanding distance and stacking the corners of cars, including your own car, will show the bad guy pursued you and your attempt to retreat or avoid this to begin with. These are all very good things if you should find yourself on a legal battlefield, which in a big city like this, I would expect. Say a bad guy does get out of the car and he presents an imminent threat of death. Well, are you concealed carry? Is that even an option for you? On the other hand, say a passenger exits a vehicle and they calmly walk over here to this car parked next to you. Then just accept that little humiliation, because the odds, the probability of that happening is very low, given everything we just unpacked. You don't want to overreact. If this happens in those first 2, 3, 4, 5 spots closest to the store, then I'm probably not going to do any of this. But if I'm parked out here by myself, a little humiliation is no big deal to be prepared for somebody that's about to rob me. Did you know that the exercise of the virtue of humility is actually humiliations? Again, a small price to pay.